Morning, track fans! It is 7 and it is an early 7 o'clock this morning. My Lord, struggling this morning. But, we're gonna get through this together, I think. So we've got some things to chat over today and cover. It's quite exciting. You might think I'm struggling a little bit. I can't even hold the camera lens, because had the outlaws around last night, the father-in-law and the brother-in-law. Boy, do they like drinking beer, and I can't. So I've got my cup of joe there. I would normally sport my NSCC mug, but actually I don't want to break it. So it's just staying there. Pride of place. Happy days. So I don't know how many of you is going to jump on today. It's Easter Sunday. It's a bit of a tall ask. I've postponed today's special guests till next week. So going to try again, aren't we? Travis is coming on next weekend. He's going to come and bring us some news. So you have to forgive me. I'm still waking up, track fans. Still waking up. Let's have a look. Hey. Morning, Paul. Happy Easter. How you doing? So Paul went to the Roger Barker Extravaganza. Paul, is it on again today? And he sent me some pictures last night. Oh, mate, he got some deals. He won the egg hunt. Well, he won one of the eggs in the egg hunt. So he got some concessions. I don't know whether his egg hunt is part of his deal, but he got 3 cars and an Arc Pro Spay. An Arc Pro base, even. Morning, Aid. Happy Easter, mate. An Arc Pro base and 3 cars. It was a Subaru, an F1, and can't remember the one last, the third car, Paul. Without looking in my phone, I'm going to try not to do it. Morning, Asher. You're right, mate. Oh, evening, Ash. But anyway, 3 cars and an Arc Pro base for $50 at Roger Barker's slot car up at A1 Slots Extravaganza. God, if you haven't been there, get down there. I tell you honestly. Air. Even. An air. Not. So is that an air, not an arc? Who knows? Morning, Daz. You all right? Daz is in the house. So, look. So, I've been working on it. I don't know if Ian and Doug are online yet, but I've been working on it. Got the doghouse, got the sign on. That's quite good. I tell you, yellow, difficult colour to paint. But the doghouse is coming good. I did this funky kind of Arc Air. Sorry, an Arc Air power base. Yes. But Pro is half of an anagram of power. So yeah, doghouse is coming on nicely, like that. I think the next thing's going to be services on the roof. You know, putting like the aircon bit on and stuff. So happy with that. I'm going to put this somewhere safe. And then once I've done it, I can weather up. Morning, Steve-O, from the Gold Coast of Australia. Oh, thanks, buddy. Steve's just passing comment, if no one's reading comments, that he enjoyed last week's Le Mans coverage. I actually, I look back on it in regards to just some statistics on how long, well, we know it went on for 24 hours, but how long we did coverage for, how long we did chats and stuff like that for, just to see where our sweet spot of enthusiasm is. So like about 10 to 20 minutes, great if you're on your own. If you're a tandem with John Sodden or Wayne, other YouTubers, Johnny S or Car Fun Mostly, getting subscribed to them, then probably about half an hour, 40 minutes. So I tell you, the chat with Maurizio was just world class. And if you didn't catch it, we got Tamar on film as well. We got Chris from Great Bar Slot Car Club. I don't know if Cameron's in yet, but Cameron inside. But morning if you are, or if you're catching up. Yeah, really good, really good. So I was just having a look back, and it turns out that we actually covered the royal we. That's me. We actually covered just about 12 hours of live streaming, and whilst admittedly the quality of the picture could be better, a lot better, that mainly due to the internet connectivity down there. Yes, Daz, Roger Barker, Barter with Barker, Joust with Juzzy, it's all going on down there. Yeah, so whilst the picture quality wasn't that great, and I apologise for that, because it's first gig live streaming. So I've realised a couple of things. I've realised that I need a decent internet connection. That is key. Otherwise, I'm going to have to record them like they would be live and then upload them. But that's technically not live. Do you get me? If you want to do live, it's got to be as the stuff is happening. Like when I was talking to, I can't remember. I spoke to everyone. While we're speaking to someone, right behind us, a car had a smash. Yeah, that's right. It was SRC Eindhoven's. Excuse me. Had a big smash, and it turns out broke the chassis. That's going to change it. Might go right behind us, but if we'd had that, you wouldn't have got that live. So 12 hours live coverage. The audio is okay. In the most part, the audio is okay. On where it struggles is things like the trophy ceremony, the money shot where everyone wins and it gets the glory. So I do know that Johnny S, legend, clearly done this 8 times before and knows what's going on. He had his own standalone camera, so he's got some sharp, really cool VT of certain bits of the event, which he'll bring you in his video, and we can't wait. My video will be coming some point, maybe next week or the week after. Both Wayne and I are going to do short videos of what we covered, like to Wayne's experimental. We were pushing him a little bit to make longer videos. I'm going to do my usual one, not a full-on bells and whistles one, because I didn't get a lot of it due to I was live streaming it for you, which meant my video quality wasn't that great. Although he says, even on this, I should be pressing the record button on my camera to get you better, but it works at home. The quality is as you see on the screen, like now, it's perfect. So next time I'm going to work on the bandwidth, so get some internet, some Wi-Fi, or buy some mobile broadband that we can just hook onto. The other thing is sound. Sounds good, right? Well, it does here because I'm a millimeter away from the microphone. But what I normally have, he says, it's upstairs. Never mind. I normally have my wireless mics. So, but they they didn't work in the camera or on this a couple of weeks ago. You're all shouting at me, "No, I've got no sound." So then I've tried this plug-in microphone, but that doesn't seem to work. So then I got out the Johnny S Classic from the old DJing days. Check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me at the back? Hello, Wembley. And that doesn't really work. So back to the drawing board over the weekend. I'm going to find out how I can get mic'd up, move around a bit, but more so for the guests. Yes. Right then. So we're having a bit of a chat. Yes, Aid. It was epic. Hang on, let's put some of these comments up. So, firstly, what we got here? Yep, morning. Covered that. Yep, thanks, Daz. Asha, what trade have you got? And by the way, where are you in the world? Because you did say good evening, which indicates to us you might not be local to the UK, that is. Yeah, thanks, Aid. Yeah, I'm hearing this. I'm getting this feedback a bit, Darren. So I'd be interested to see while you were there what you bought, mate. What did you buy? Spill it. And it's very difficult to go to somewhere like Roger Barker's and not get your wallet out, because he is a very, very good guy at doing deals. He just knows where that sweet spot is to affordability. So, for instance, you might look at a car and go, ooh, it's 30 quid. I might have been willing to pay 20 quid for it maximum. It's got to be something else in it. So then you see a little sign on the edge that says 3 for 30. And you're like, I only had 20 quid, but I can get 3 cars for 30. Do I push it? Yes, you do, because we're weak when it comes to slot cars. Absolutely weak. If I wasn't borrowing cars, I would have definitely come up there. But I had the Le Mans last week, where you might have picked up along the event a very, very tired on the Sunday. So anyway, a couple of weeks back, if you tuned in while I was in Serbia shaking off the lurgy, the COVID, we were talking about tracks and what everyone had, because I was on the fence of getting a new track for the summer coming in the garage. And we had quite a wide spread of people coming in with the chat, with the tracks in the chat. So I did actually go back, as I said I would have done for last weekend, but last weekend was purely dominated by Le Mans, where we were press. Had a slight incident with that earlier in the week. We were sitting here at the desk. I was here. Lucas, my son, was here. And he stood up and he spannered a full cup of tea everywhere. Went over the edge onto all of the plug sockets. I'm like, we got all of this. Anyway, digress. So do you want to know the poll, the result of the poll? You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. So bringing up the rear, at the bottom of the leaderboard are 5 different tracks. Wood and Carrera are both here on 1. And this is from the people that were in the chat at the time on the track chat. I like it. Track chat. That could be our like our trackside live feature. Yeah, we're dialing into John over track. He's going to give us some track chat from trackside. I love it. That's got some legs. So Carrera and Wood, 1 vote from the people that were in the session at the time 2 weeks ago. Scale Auto and Scalextric bringing up the middle rank, both on level, pegging 2 each. I think it was Daz who had a Scalextric and Aid who had a Scalextric. I'm not sure who had the Scale Auto. I think it might have been Travis, but then Travis should be exempt from this. Travis, you should be barred from this because you've got everyone's track. So, and then that, funnily enough, means there was 1 winner by 1 point. So Carrera and Wood, 1 point, 1 vote. Scale Auto, Scalextric, 2 votes. Polycar, 3 votes. And it wasn't me either. I wasn't saying that I got the Polycar because I didn't know then. I was negotiating. So 3 for Polycar. So it gives me great pleasure to say Polycar and Slot It have won the track war. Not track war. The track vote, yes. And fair play as well, because I just bought one. Yes, I bought Polycar track. I'm so excited. And no, it's not so I can have a quick go on it before the Polycar competition at the Gaydon Slot Car Festival. Honestly, it's not. I really fancied it. And then the universe, not that I believe in all that old tut, but the universe has moved around a bit and presented me with a bargain Polycar track. And Sean, legend Sean from the club, Rockingham Slot Car Club, he has picked it up yesterday from the extravaganza, because I did buy it from Roger Barker Slots. See, I even get deals from Rog. I did a I didn't barter. He just gave me a good price, and I went, "That's amazing. I'll have it." I was just so weak, to consider I've done sales and marketing for 20 years. You'd have thought I'd have been like, negotiate, hammer him down, get the price down. But I didn't. So 65 quid. If you want to see what track I've got, I've put a post in my community tab over on my channel, a picture of it being modelled in the front of Sean's garden. So if you don't know who Sean is, he features on and off throughout some of my videos in the last year or two that I've got to know him. Really great guy, really good racer. And he races across all classes and also drag racing. He absolutely loves it because he is the original petrol head. He fixes vehicles for a living. He then tinkers with them for fun. He's just generally a great guy. So he actually went down to the extravaganza because something I realized with Sean back in Milton Keynes is that I said, "Oh, what are you looking for, Shawnee? You're here. What are you looking for?" And he goes, "What am I looking for? Nothing." And I was taken back. I was like, "What do you mean? Well, you're not looking for nothing?" And he goes, "No, it's the social, innit? I come here to see all my pals." I was like, "Oh, true. Everyone's here, So that actually turned it round for me. Something. It's not just about going there to buy something and get a bargain on some magnetic racing stuff or some slot track scenics or some strictly 1 in 32 Scalextric figures or some racing replicas or whoever it may be, or some track fans posters. Aid, that is not a poster. Oh, I've just turned it off now. Technology. I shouldn't be trusted with technology. That there, I might actually get some made, bring them down to the slot festival. That's not a bad shout. That there is track, I think it was 68 or 67, track 67, 68. Is if you go back to the videos, backtrack to that 67, 68, something around there anyway, you'll see that actually live being raced on the table. But what I didn't know is that, is that my old man is some kind of black belt fifth dan on his camera, gets it out, does some aperture business, and tells me and Lucas to drive our cars around it. He timed it. I think it was 120 or something, really slow, 120 around that whole track, 1 minute 20. And then he presses it and does something, keeps it open or whatever that means. And you end up with that. I love pictures like this. It's like where you see New York or London or cityscapes and they've got it all. Traffic is all blurry. Amazing. So here we go. We've got deals being done. So Asher was saying he's up for a swap on a track if anyone wants to swap a track. Darren's interacting, asking if to select Scalextric. And yes, Polycar is. I can't wait to get it. Amazing. Right, let's have a look. Hello? Battery exhausted. Oh, you are joking. Right. Hold on, fellas. You just one thing after another here. Hope this works. All right, bear with me. Hold on, I'm back. Frigging kids. Bear with me a second. Kids are destroying me. Right, hold on a second, boys and ladies, if you're in. I'm going to sort this out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, sorry about that. Mateys from Cup of Tea Gate, where the boys spanned the tea everywhere, over all the plugs. We've got plugs drying everywhere, and I can't find the one that gives me the power to the camera. So I was running on a battery, but don't worry, I've got some spares for this live stream until we get going anyway. Right, so what we've got to have an update on is the Rover. Yeah, DK Moon. Let's have a look. Yeah, that just then was imitation of Le Mans night racing. It was pretty good. Sorry about that, guys. Really sorry. Live stream. See, this is the problem, that you got to be ready. You can't get up 15 minutes before a live stream and then expect it to all go famously swimming. That's just not going to work. But we're here now. We've got it going. Let's have a look at what people are saying. Yeah, we're getting a lot of love for digital. That's quite a thing, actually. Everyone is going crazy for digital, and that's why I got Scalextric, because I like the digital interaction. So just going to see what the poly car's like for a bit, just get back to analog racing to see how we go on that. However, we've got it. So I've primed it. I had to do a couple more layers on the bonnet, on the bonnet and the roof, because they were quite dark. So questions is, what color palettes do we go for? Because ultimately this is our session, so we can choose what we like. So any ideas? 3 colors. You have 2 main colors and then a color for accenting, so like race stripes and stuff. There you go. This is a good example. 2 colors. 3 colors. 3 colors. 2 colors. So what do we go for? That is the big question. Do we go for fluorescent, or do we go for I don't know, more traditional, like racing green on my thin wall special that I'm going to try and do a little bit more work on today. So as you can see, it's coming together nicely. Got decals in there now. Yes. Yeah, that's not looking too bad now. Just put it in here. Just saves me having to dust it off every time I want to come to it, because I'm not coming to it every day, as you know. So, color schemes. I'm thinking something crazy like fluoro orange. What about pink? No, we don't want a pink. We could go with something like kind of shades of blue. I don't know. Give us some colors, guys. What do you think we should be spraying this Rover in? Or do we just do it in gold? Have I got a gold? Yes, I've got a gold. Shall we bling it up? Matt Tucker is preparing his car ready for the GT3 series, doing different modifications and stuff. It's been quite interesting to watch because he's been trying to get the tuning right on it. And it's gold. I love it. It's bright, shiny, hello, yellow gold. Orange and green. Yep, metallic rocks, because especially when you put your clear coat on it, shines out to the moon. Love that. So, well, we got orange, green with pink headlights. It's like the Joker car. Fluorescent orange, fluorescent green and orange, or normal green and orange. That is the question. What's this here? Heavy black green. No, we don't want that one. No, that's grey. Verde. Here we go. Verde denso. That means heavy Spanish. Heavy green in Spanish. Viva la España. So, one sec. We've got an orange here. Oh, actually, we'll put that one there. Right. So, he says. So we got regular green and orange, or fluoro green and orange, although they do look quite similar, don't they? No, that orange is much, much fluoroer. That is the question. Right, so orange and green from Daz. We've got a few colours. And we can mix. We can mix the colours using either a wet palette or some mixing pots. So we've got enough to go around. I know Dave Farrow is a great guy, and we're going to be doing some stuff in the den together, or his den rather. That'd be exciting. Keep tuned for that, because he is an intense scratch builder. We were racing the final class of Group 5 on Friday night, and my car is a little bit clunky. I'm not feeling it at the moment. I'll show you what car I'm talking about. So this is my Group 5 car. Zack Speed Turbo. It's still got the sticker on it from racing. Turn it off. Zack Speed Turbo from Sideways. Anyone watching Sideways, lovely bit of kit. Like this car a lot. There you go. I've got the focus now. Got the focus. Standard chassis. You might notice it's got a slotted engine in it, flat 6. And this is the bit that gets Alan from Onga, my mate who comes over for the classic racing at the club. And he says it's purgatory that I've downscaled the engine in this. But I did at the same time as my NSR car, from a 21,000 down to a 19, because it's too powerful. My driving capability, too powerful, so downscaled it. Now I've got used to driving, it's not powerful enough. So we'll get on to that in a minute. So yeah, Group 5 has been there. Right, see if there's any more colours coming in. A Night Fire metallic red. What, like a metallic red like the ZZ Top Chevy? Might not be a Chevy. I'm going to go with Chevy anyway. But a ZZ Top, if you look at their album from 83, is it Eliminator? Really good album. But on there, you've got the fiery red Chevy. Love that. Hey, Mac. Good morning. Mac is in the house. Here he is. Good morning, Mac. I hope you're well. Enjoying your Easter. Oh, yeah, Aid. Non-mag racing comes into effect when you're mainly on a wooden track. So if you've got a wooden track, you don't have the magnetic rails, you just have copper braid. So magnets don't work. So you take the magnets out because it reduces the weight in the car. And then you put oh my good Lord, LED weight. I love it. I'm going to say it anyway because it's so stupid. You put lead weight around the areas of the front where you want to keep a little bit more stability to the track. So a lot of professional racers will say, take the magnets out of the cars, because then you're going to have to work on the car's tuning to get it to perform as you want it to. But most of that behavior happens on wood tracks. So you pop them out because they're pointless on a wood track, and then you reweight it to what you need it to be. Whereas if you're playing like we did after the event at your place, leave them in, because ultimately it's gonna help with it's gonna add to the fun, because you're not going to be up there every 20 seconds while the car is kicking out. So that's what non-mag racing is all about, really, mate. Oh, I see. I was just thinking, like massive orange red lights, headlights. Green and orange. There's a pattern emerging here. All right, DK, what are you saying? Yeah, exactly that. That's right. I sort of touched on David Farrow. So what you would do is you would mix up quite a bit of a paint at once, because you're right. You can never mix them the same twice. You can do 2 drops or 3 drops on a pipette. It's not the same. So I totally get it, DK. Get yourself some mixing pots like this, because you can mix up a whole load of it. And then as you're doing cars over the next, I don't know, however long you do cars for, say 6 months, you know that you might only use like the smallest amount of this each time, but you will have a stash so that all your race cars remain consistent. So for instance, when I sprayed this one, the 962C from Polycar from Slot It, I actually used just out of the box paints. It was actually these two, because that way, if I want to do another car, it's just out of the box paints and I don't need to mix them and get that ratio wrong. So that's quite useful to know. Good tip. If you're going to do something like that, use a bigger pot and save some down for the next time. Yes, Daz. Yes. Yes. What do you need? Is there anything that I can do to support you getting into the racing? Do you need to borrow a controller for a couple of months or something? I'll send it up to you, mate. You can use it. You know, we've been friends for long enough. So if you need anything to help you get over the line to get slot racing, let me know. But generally, as Paul will tell you, Darren, from what I believe, is they'll welcome you in open arms up there. They'll lend you what you need. They'll have stuff for you to get into it, for try it before you buy it almost. I really can't say a better word about A1 Slots or Roger Barker and the team up there, because they all put it together. I just think it'll be a really good thing, so that you can get slot racing, Daz, and you can now be skint, permanently skint. What do I need? I've got a slot car. It doesn't mean I've got a new slot car. What it means is I've got a slot car. Now I need tyres. Now I need to weight it. Now I might need to tune it. And then I've got to race it. And then I've got to do it all again to get it faster, or to get it lower, or to get it more stable. I love it. Daz, that is the best news all day. Yeah, no, Aid, honestly. I'd have kept him in. Save your effort. But it will take some magnets out today, and then have a go in the car, or have a go in the car with the magnet, then take them out, have another go, see what you think. have a play. I mean, it's Easter Sunday. Oh, it's good fun. Travis has just got a wood track, and they are good fun. Hey, grandson, how you doing? Cheers, mate. Thank you. Yes, I could hardly no. He said, he says, I could hardly hold it together last week. Honestly, that 3 hours sleep finished me off, and not a record player in sight. Well, Wade, there's no chance to start. I highly recommend, Aid, is these. Okay. So when you're learning to scratch build like me, the thought of like having to 3D print a shell like this, or a chassis, where you don't normally do that, you buy one off of somewhere. So if you were to look up a website called Richard Mack, hold on, Richard Mack, I think it's richardmack.co.uk. He does chassis. So you can send him the spec, say, look, Rich, I've got a Slot It 962C Porsche Le Mans. Do you have a chassis for it, or can you get me one? He is likely to be able to sort that out for you. There you go, Rich, and he's a lovely guy. Or you could go down to your local swap meet and pick up a chassis like this one that I bought. So a chassis which comes with the car. He's took everything out of it, obviously, but that there was a tenner. So I actually like the decor on this. Not that I'm a big fan of, I'm a patriot. I think, do I spray it or don't I? That could be the big poll. It's like the 962 garage in here. Seriously. I don't know the history of the 962. So I started with this one. Love this one. Started with this one. Oh yeah. Slot It 962. Trick is get the low spoiler. Then we broke it. As you'll see here, the edge is missing on the corner bit. So we broke that. Well, my wingman Albert broke it, but who's splitting hairs? So I bought a white kit and sprayed it up myself. But again, we smashed that up. It's number 2. So then I bought this one. I like this one. This is nice. Got my own wheels on it now. Been treating the tyres up like we did on the video. Soften them tyres. So that's number 3. And then I couldn't resist this one, the body shell and the chassis for a tenner. £10, 10 whole English sterling pounds at the Slot Car Festival. So it's become a bit like a 962 garage in here. So I'll just chuck them out of the way. I'm running out of space here. However, what I'd recommend, Aid, to answer your question, what I recommend is one of these guys. So you can get them from Pendle Slot and they're scratch build kits. So this one's the Alfa Romeo 8C 1936, and this one is the Rolls-Royce Streamlined from 1912, because I love Brooklands, and I entered the Brooklands class at the last race. David Farrow's car blew the engine up, but I don't think it was my fault. I think the engine was on its way out. There's a lot of pouting going on here. And in the box aid, he says, throwing it all over the place, you can see there that you get the kit that you can make it with. So you got chassis kit. So you pull that out and you bend things. You got a driver kit. Hold on a second, let me just get some of that light out of the matter so you can try and see some of it. Right, so make a dog's dinner of this, people. And then a wheel kit. And then you get the resin body. So I'll show you this. I don't really want to touch it. Too late. So you get all right. Let's try and get a better light on this. There you go. You get the body kit. So you can just about make it out on the screen how it's going to look pre-war Brooklands. I can't wait to sort that out. There you go. So that's that one. I'd best wrap this back up. So they aren't, I wouldn't say they're cheap. I definitely wouldn't say they're cheap. But then we all established years ago that I'm a tight northerner. So to be honest with you, £5 at Roger Barker Slots Extravaganza is not cheap. I just feel like that because of the situation with whatever this year. But come October, my money's my own, and I can't wait to get back in the game. It's going to be amazing. So, okay, so I'm going to go with green and orange for the car. Green and orange. What green and what orange, we ask. Okay, let's have a look. So I've got some different greens here. A lot of lime. What's this one? Actually, do we want this green? Racing green. Or do we want a more zany? I never know how to pronounce that. Zany. Fun green. Fluorescent on sterling moss green. We're gonna have a think about that, and then we're gonna think about some designs. So I'm thinking maybe, do we do the two-tone? Do we go green around the sides? In fact, a whole green car, and then have some yellow, some orange racing lines, or do we section it like a zebra crossing? That would be hilarious, because you're definitely going to see that coming, right? Like those speed ramp things you get heading up to a roundabout. Love it. All right, here we go. So so we've had, yeah, Richard Mack, done that. Have a go, get a kit, don't start with a brass. Yeah, I think you're talking about chassis there, right? Brass chassis. Okay, yes, DK 962. And I tell you, the car, I was saying that Dave had lent me this car, Group 5, earlier, and I got sidetracked into something else. But this, I wasn't connecting to this car. Something, I've done something to something or other. Maybe too grippier tyres is picking up bogies. He's giving me, yeah, the weight's come. Can you hear that? The weight has come loose. That might have been affecting the drive. So anyway, he lent me his, going to check it now so I get this 100% right. is 512 BB. There it is. Right, I'm going to get an image to show you what car he lent me. See if I can share the screen and show you what it is. Right, here we go. Okay, see? Still learning how to use the software. Gonna get this done. Here we go. Yes. So hopefully, yes, there you go. That's the car that Dave Farrow lent me. He sprays them all up in his own race colours. That's where we got onto that, because he uses pots to get a bigger coverage. So I went from dropping something on the floor. Oh yeah, the weights come out, everyone. Oh, dropped the engine part for the scratch build. Oh, money shot. So yeah, so I was doing a Capri Zac Speed Turbo from Sideways, and he lent me a Sideways 5112 Ferrari. This thing, totally. It's about the car and tuning on a wood track, because whatchamacallit, I'm doing maybe 10.2, 10.3 seconds with this one. Soon as I've borrowed Dave's car, 9.0. Everyone in there was averaging around 8.5, or the pro racers. So 9.0. I was a hair, a gnat's hair, a fly's hair off of getting under the nines, and what I would call into the respectable timings. So let's get rid of this. There you go, we're back. Yes, Asher, you should do, mate. We get a lot of people come on from the States and from Canada, and they say there's nothing like swap meets at their place. You should get this going. You should build a community. I think a couple of the guys on the other YouTube channels that I watch from the States, like Boone Slot Car Garage or Marty's Two Lines, they go and they say that there's nothing like this. And I'm like, well, you guys have got the draw. You know, you got like tons of people that watch you guys regular. There is an appetite for this. You've seen it from the UK where I do my videos. You've seen how busy the events get. You've got to go like Wayne's World, Asher. I don't know how old you are, buddy, but Wayne's World, they said, if you book them, they will come. So set it up. It probably, you know, even if it's just small for a couple of sessions, the sweet spot is probably once a quarter, once every 3 months, do one, or once every 4 months while you're setting up for a year, because it gives people enough time to travel. I know America's a big place, but people will travel for this. There is nowhere that you can get outside of a toy fair a slot car swap meet. I really think that there is a lot of appetite out there for it. Right, hold on then. Let's, for those of us about to rock, Daz, I'm going to get it on the screen so we can see what that beauty is. Oh, it's nice. Daz knows how to pick a car all right. All right, let me open image in new tab. Doesn't come easy for me, guys. But the more practice I get, the more slick at this I'm going to become. Watch this. Oosh. There you go. That's what language Daz is talking about. Take a sip of coffee because salivating over this one. Check that out. That is a nice bit of kit, that is, by the way. Oh, that actually works. So I'm just tinkering around. There you go. Look at that. That is just beautiful bit of engineering, that. Have you ever driven one of them, Daz? I've got to ask. Is this your spare car? Is this the car you get out on Easter Sunday? Who knows? Yep. Should we have a look at that? Images. So I'm just doing it in the background here, so we can. Oh yeah. Oh, now we're talking. Well, let's get a hero shot up. That one is the one. Right, let's share this. Here we go. Right. This is what grandson is talking about. I kind of happen to agree with him. Check it out. I actually got a hero shot. Look at that photography. I tell you what, if you're going on Instagram, firstly, follow us. Secondly, follow grandson. But thirdly, you'll get loads of images like this, like really moody backgrounds, the car colors popping out, which actually which brings into light. And, you know, I don't want to regurgitate news that capable people have already brought to us over the week. Was this the car that's just been sold by Slot Mods for over 200 grand? If you tune into Travis's news feed at that Slot Car Guy, he brings us news every 3 or 4 days. It is unbelievable news. And he just said that they'd had this car. Oh, let's see if I get a picture of it. Slot Mods auction. Yeah, here we go. I've got one. Get away. I don't want to subscribe. I do enough of that on a daily basis. Right. So, view tab. Present. Oh, I just can't throw up 2 screens at once. I need to work on that as well. Right. Here we go. Right. This puppy here. That puppy there has just sold for over 200,000. Don't know the currency. Euros. We'll go euros. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Someone who pays attention to Dave's news. Over 200G. Big ones. Smackaroonies. Bags of sand. 200 of them for this. So, Aid, you're a bit of a dab hand on the tools. Can you make me one of these, mate? What you don't know is Aid's a mechanic. Good one as well. So if anyone's in Nottingham or Derby area, give Adrian a ring or get in touch with him on our chat here, because if you need your car fixing evening or weekend, he'll do it for you, and he'll do it for a good price, and he'll do it to a high standard. So there you go. And let's face it, the Slot Festival is coming, and I know Aid and Leo are coming down to it, and he's going to need a fistful of dollars to go to it with. So if you need any motoring help around the area, get amongst it. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. Let's have a look. So, yes. He's so got the TARDIS on his track already. If Ian and Doug, are you painting figures, mate? Because if you're painting figures, Aid has got the TARDIS already built, painted, and installed on his track. Yeah. What a spray can. Hold on. Darren's passing comment here. What a spray can. It's a Zach speed. And actually, while I was shaking it, the bit of lead has come out. So it doesn't sound like a spray can anymore. Here we go. We've got a bit of... Hi, John. You're right. So my Melbourne Racers groups went to urethane tyre to avoid all the tyre treatment issues. Yeah, what I found on Friday when we were racing, because last weekend, in addition to Le Mans, 24-hour race by Disca. Thank you for Gary and Alex for setting that up. Peach. What we didn't know was Big Birds and my memory is absolutely shocking. Fortunately, though, Double Trouble. That's it. Kidda, if you're listening in the background, good morning. How you doing? Nice to see you. I haven't been up the club in 2 weeks, so it's nice to see everyone. And yeah, Big Birds and Double Trouble were on the track, and because they use a particular style of tires, because they're all vintage, they're all classic car builds, 1 in 24 scale, the old Merit kits and stuff, they turf up rubber. So possibly why my Zach Speed was picking up big lumps of bogey for fun, I'll never know. But yeah, I tell you. So we've got a colour scheme. What I might do is I might make ad hoc videos in the week of me doing it and then play them on the live stream, like little section features. So here are 10 minutes, guys. Watch the video. This is what we did this week, while I nip out and get another cup of coffee and a bio break and come back. I'm not doing it now, but no, next week. And then you'll see the progress going on, because I think it's good to do the live while I'm able to show you dramatic things. Like start sanding it, you see the paint goes. It's dramatic. But to sit here and start to line up the thing whilst you're watching and seeing me breathing all over, I don't think it's a good use of our time. So I'll probably do it in a video where I can slightly speed it up, and then whilst watching it with you guys, I can talk through what I did and show you the bits where I went wrong, how I remedied them, how I got upset, how I controlled myself. Because the only person you can control, Psychology 101, in any situation is yourself. So if someone just drives into the front of your new car, you can't control anything in that. It's done. It's dusted. You're tasting airbags. You get out, you ask them if they're all right. They've just ruined your motor. Just ask them if they're all right. You don't know. Their mum might have just died. They might not be thinking straight. Just ask them if they're all right. And then if they're fine, then give them a good rollicking for hitting your car in a nice way. So you can only control yourself. So I think that I'll show you how to do this on VT, so we can chat over the perils and the pitfalls and the celebrationary good bits. So, mate, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. So if anyone's just logged on in the last couple of minutes, this picture on the screen here, this was a Slot Mods in-car track that went for on auction at over 200 grand. But if you want some more details, flip over to my pal Travis's YouTube site on that at that Slot Car Guy, because he brings the news 3 or 4 times a week. And this was one of his news pieces this week. I'm really, really grateful to him for sitting there every morning with his coffee and kippers and going over the internet and crawling all these sites for us, because we've not got the time. We go to work and we earn a living. And he does work. I mean, it makes him sound like he's an unemployed bum. He's not. He does go to work, and but he has more time on his hands than us. And he finds this stuff. Thank you, Travis. What else have we got here? Yeah, exactly. So if you, no, not in terms of treatment, just in terms of the softness and the age of the tires. So a lot of the cars that they raced at the weekend were vintage. They've been going around for 60 years. So of course, when they're getting tires for those specific types of car, scratch build gives me a moment to put my engine away. When you got, let me get rid of this Slot Mods picture now. See, pal, when you get this on the scratch build, they're not your everyday thickness or size of tire, so you can only get specific I'm not even going to open it, because if I open it, I'm going to lose it. Yeah, you get specific types of tyres. Well, the modern tyres that you put on these or these, you don't get as much choice when you're into the vintage or the scratch build. So you're kind of left with what's left, or very expensive tyres, and not a lot of people got a lot of money, so they tend to buy what's there, and they'll treat those tyres to get them softer, stickier, and that's what I mean by the treatment. So, and in the competitive area of the race, with the kind of hanking around the corner, it shreds. It just shreds, and there's nothing to do about it. I mean, it's just part of the fun. But when you go there with modern performance soft tires that you've glooped up with NSR juice and lighter fluid for the last week, it picks up everything. So what we do is, as Alan from Onga would say, you would get your F1 car out, you get your Formula One car out with the bigger the tires, you gloop them up, you race them around a couple of laps, clean them off, race them around a couple of laps, clean them off, race them around a couple of laps. You see where this is going, and everyone does it on a few tracks, and then everyone gets a clean track, so it's all cool again. So that's what I mean by residue. It doesn't spoil it, it just means you've got to clean it. And like, we go there to race, not clean. I get enough cleaning upstairs here from Mrs. Brown. I've probably got some cleaning to do today. I don't know it yet, but it'll probably be presented to me just when I want to do something, like come down, I'll have potted around, I'll be like, right, onto the spray, onto the scratch build, onto the whatever it may be. I'll open the door of the basement and I'll hear, hey, and I'll go, do I pretend I've heard that or do I not? Yes, darling. And she's like, oh, can you bring me the Hoover? And I'll be like, that means I'm going to take her to Hoover and she's going to ask me to do something while she does the hoovering, because that's how women roll. They're sneaky. They'll say, I'll bring us the Hoover, and you go, yeah, she wants the Hoover. And you give her the Hoover and she goes, oh, you wouldn't mind just washing around the sink in the bathroom, would you, while I'm hoovering? I'm like, no, I don't really. You just asked for the Hoover. You didn't ask me to come and clean around the basement, clean around the basin. So I've got a knack of it. It's called do loads of cleaning the night before a live stream and you won't get pestered. But yeah, so that's what I mean about the tyres. I digressed into the rights and wrongs of Easter Sunday there. Yeah, no, that was really nice. Must be an evolution to the 962. I'd say everything is a 9, isn't it? With Porsche, 911, 917, 962. There you go, John. Oh, now you tell me. Now you tell me it's all over every car. Hey, Travis is in the house. A bit of love from Aid to Darren's Mazda. That was really nice. If anyone's just tuning in, I can show you. Here, Travis, watch this slickness. Watch this slickness. I can share screens like a Roman. Ready? Here we go. There it is. Everyone, that is the Mazda that Aid is saying he likes the look of. Aid, I bet you'd love to work on one of these cars in your day job, right? Imagine someone rocked around the corner in Derby in that, and they go, hey, Doc, can you fix this one for us, mother? And you're like, no, it's stolen. Good morning, wie geht's zu Tag? That was me saying, good morning, how are you today? To Travis in German. And good man, getting around the room. Yes. Yes, Travis. So, Travis got... I'm not going to spoil it for you because he published his video last night, and of course, you know, some of us are in the garage mocking around like, yes, distraction. Travis posted a video. This gets me out of what I'm doing for 10 minutes. So flip over after, watch the video. He's got an unboxing going on, a gift in from Carrera. And yep, so Carrera have kindly sent him, he's ordered a mystery box, and they've bolstered it with some special goodies because he does a lot of promotion for Carrera on his track. A lot more than I do because I haven't really got round to Carrera as yet. But if Carrera, if you're watching this and you want to send me some stuff to, I don't know, show the guys here on a live stream or on one of my videos, you're more than welcome. My address is almost, but no, I'll be more than happy to share the load of Travis and review some stuff. But ultimately, he's doing an amazing job. So keep sending him stuff because we do see that stuff. As soon as he gets it, we see it. And the cars that he got, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but go and watch his video. His unboxing last night, Saturday night, live. Well, it wasn't live, but it was on Saturday night. Really nice, tasty motors. I think the reason that I haven't got to Carrera as yet, guys, for me personally, is the scalability, because I don't have much money this year. I have to really be mega disciplined with what I'm buying and where I'm buying it from and how much I'm spending. So like Travis showed, and I don't think this is spoiling the video, Travis has gone through the different options of mystery box and cost that you can get. So it's a really informative video. And he, a little bit like me, is not ashamed to say that cash is king at the moment. So he's gone for the €27 2 slot car boxes. So think about that. That's €15, which I'll tell you what. I normally have a calculator here, but because of the flood, I've got nothing here. No battery, no calculator, nichte, as they say in Serbia, nothing. But it's about €15, currently about 1.12, probably looking at about 12 quid, £12 for a Carrera slot car. Seriously? Yes, 2 of them for €27. I'm halfway there. What I do in my in this pouch here, I keep some change in my Polly Butler box, and I keep it in there for 2 reasons. Firstly, the kids don't know it's in there and they don't steal it off me to go and buy sweets. And secondly, I have it in there if I want to buy some sweets for myself at the Slot Car Club. However, I've got about £9 in there, so I reckon I'm about halfway to getting a mystery box. Yes. So if you want to find out what cars, how many cars, and what style of cars they were in the Carrera mystery box, I haven't got it. You'll only find it on Travis's site at That Slot Car Guy. Right then. Some love passing around. Well done. What we've got here, Daz 787. Oof. Yeah, very nice, mate. 3 rotor engine. Aid. What does that mean, mate? I'm out of my depth. Okay, so we've got an update from the Austria Wood track at the Slot Car Guy HQ. He's just waiting on the braid to come through, and then he'll be in the game. 205,000 USD was the price. Shall we have a quick sneaky look at the slot mod thing again? As I'll wham it up on the screen now, my newfound tricks. Here we are. Oosh, look at that. Sharing screens for fun now. So Aid can work on that. Yes. Okay. So I'm just catching up some of the comments here. So what we've got is got a bit of discussion on the wood track coming out of Austria. I think it's going to be a great thing for content coming through, because you're going to have the same track, you're going to have the same surface, you're going to have consistency. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how this pans out. Yep. No. Yes, you are a bum. So I'm just getting through some of the comments. See, I start chatting about something, and then literally about 30 comments coming up in the stream. Yeah, please. Yeah, do Travis. I mean, you know, you've got the you got the low down with these guys. So yeah, anything like that would be good. The mystery box, that was a great episode. Yeah, Trav, we know they with promotion, you get a few sorts of promotion on YouTube. You get the sort that Travis and I have, which is called Blood, Sweat and Hard Bloomin' Work. You get the influential promotion, which is where after you've done some blood, sweat and hard work, some people go, do you know what? These guys talk to a lot of people. They cover really good content. They do it regular. They don't want any money generally for it because they love it. And Travis and Marty and Booney and John and Gaz and Wayne, we do it because we generally like slot cars. And sometimes we found, well, in my personal case, it really is so good now. 2 years ago, really difficult to find any consistent, regular content bringing us cross-brand information. But now there's a few of us doing it, slightly different formats, which makes it exciting. But yeah, we are absolutely doing regular content because we like it. We just have a decent camera and some technology and decided that while we're having fun spraying cars, doing scratch builds, painting figures, learning about new Dremel technology or whatever it may be, someone out there is thinking about the similar thing and wants to know how to get information about it. Or better still, in my case, you don't want to waste money. You're constantly sick of wasting money getting the wrong thing. Slot car hobby is a rabbit hole. As I was saying to Tamar in the interview, in the chat last week, it is a rabbit hole. You when you buy your first kit, you're at the entrance of the rabbit hole. You can see the fields around you and the trees in the distance. You're in the top of the rabbit hole. You've got the basic figure of 8 kit. You've got 2 cars and controllers, and you're going round. And then you start to get intrigued. So you start to think, well, the car keeps coming off over there. So what do I need? I need some barriers. So you put a cushion up against it off the settee. And then you fast realize that it looks terrible. So you really want a racing barrier. So then you got the money. So you go on to Boone's website channel, YouTube channel, Boone's Slot Car Garage, everyone. And he is literally like, he's half man, half toolbox, because he can build stuff out of nothing and make it look really cool and really credible of all the stuff that you've got or your dad or granddad's got in their shed. So you can start to create stuff. So then you've gone down a layer in the rabbit hole. And then you think, all right, well, that's good. But I've got someone coming over and they really like BTCC class or they really like Le Mans. So you're thinking these kind of GT cars aren't going to cut it. I'm going to get some of those cars. So then you start going down that rabbit. And further and further and further you go, the more involved you get. And the next thing you do, you like racing. So wherever you want to go or whatever you want to do, it's such a widespread hobby that you can now get content on YouTube from a wide from a selection of us that gives you all of this. But there's no one better at delivering news than Travis. I'll just deliver you randomness by the bucket load. But if you want something, morning, Colin, you all right, buddy? If you want something, a little bit more structured, regular about what you're into, then you tune into the different people. You know, you find and pick and choose your sweet spot. So, for instance, Travis will bring you news. Marty will bring you special guests and bring you updates on new products. I'll bring you whatever I can bring you, whether it's some craft, whether it's some actual race events, whether it's some live streaming, whether it's some nonsense in my garage, which will be starting when I get my polycar track again. Can't wait, Sean, legend. Or whether it's something like I just said, Boone Slot Car Garage, which is where you can learn to create literally, we should call him the A-Team. Boone, you're now called Hannibal, the leader of the A-Team. Put him in a barn and watch him come out with a rocket launching ski sledge of a van. Brilliant. Okay, so is anyone doing anything slot car related today? What is your slot car task today? Personally, I'm going to start the spray job and I'm going to try and finish my thin wall special. I'm going to try and get this one smashed out and finished. I want to put the decals down the side here, and I put the guy, oh, he's dropped it. I'll put the little man in the car. They're my jobs today. So I'm going to enjoy that. I'll tell you what, though, we should cover what we don't normally do. We haven't really done as yet on the channel. Is I took another photo of it so I can read you through some of the stuff that's coming up through the next month. Let's do it monthly, because literally, I don't know if you can see this very well, but that's every week. That's an event. That's what's going on. And that covers on the screen February, March, April, May, and June. That's it. That 4 months is literally a load of it. Oh, nice one. Is that the magnetic racing one, or did you get it from somewhere else? Was it a Slot Track Scenics, or was it a Wasp, or, you know, whose was that? So let's have a look. April. So April, we've already had the Le Mans. We've had the 1 in 24 BOC round 2. We've had Big Birds. We've had Double Trouble. To come this month, we've got the BSCRA, British Slot Car Racing Association. If anyone wants to Google that, some more information there. That the BSCRA Vintage and Classics. Oh, and that's happening in North London. So North London Slot Car Club. I think they might have a website car. Website car. Come on, they might have a website set up or a Facebook page for sure. Go and find that. See if you can get involved. Then on the 23rd as well, so that's going on in North London, the BSCRA Vintage and Classics race. At the same time, up in Manchester, South Manchester, we got the GT3 National Championships round 2. So we had the first round, I think, from memory, was at Wolverhampton last month. So this month it's in South Manchester, whereas next month, it's not next month. The next round is in June the 18th, the GT3 National Championships, round 3, June the 18th. It's at Rockingham. I might go. I might enter. I mean, I know I've missed out on the championships, but I can get in on the day race. And what do I take to race? Seriously, do I take the C7, NSR Corvette C7, custom spray job by me, or do I take the Audi R8? R8, you got a date for it. I don't know. Ooh, exciting. So that's what's happening this month. We've got the BSCRA, British Slot Car Racing Association, Vintage and Classics down in North London, and we've got the GT3 National Championships Round 2 up in Manchester. There are 2 races that are left for this race. Then next month, the month of May, is where it's going off. Why? I tell you, because it's the Slot Car Festival. Come on! Yes, Slot Car Festival. Now, I should really save all my energy up for that. There's a Polycar Championship going on down there. So come on down, enter the race. You need a Polycar and a Classics F1 for it, like this. Come on, sweet spot. Pick up the zoom. There you go, like this. Slightly disheveled. Or like this. So I'll be taking both of these down there. If anyone wants to enter a race, I will lend you a car and a controller so you can take part. But you have to come and see me on the day. I'll find out this weekend if you have to pre-register for it. Good place to find this is in Slot Forum. The Slot Forum is a chat forum for all things slot car. I'll tell you in there. But I'll find out if anyone wants to enter the Polycar race to see what it's like. Maurizio Ferrari from Slot It and Polycar brings or ships over the Polycar track for the race. So we're racing Polycar on Polycar track. Can't wait. And then I believe on the Sunday, they're still deliberating whether they're going to do it or not. But I think there's talk of a BRM race event as well. So I'll have to check that and come back to you. So some comments. So this is what everyone's doing today. So leading the charge was Darren. He's going to be finishing off his Arc Pro cover, which is confirmed is magnetic racing. So a great bit of kit that. Steve's going to lay... Steve's going to be sorting out his track. That looks interesting. We'd love to see some images of that when you've done that. If you want to email me some images, you're more than welcome. You can go to our website, www.trackfans.tv. Yes, I got a cool website address. Okay, so we've got some tuning going on by Paul. Paul's going to swap pinions out on his rally car and start building some of his new buildings. He's going to be playing with lap tracks later. I think he picked up a tripod so he can use it. Aid is talking, yes, he's talking shop. Well done, Aid. This guy knows how to deal. This guy does mechanics like no one else does mechanics. John's confirming this. He's been on, he's just checking the 787 specs. If you're just tuning in, 787, I'll pop one on the screen so you can have a quick look at that. This is what we're looking at when we're talking 787, guys. There you go. So I'll leave that on there in a second. And Aid is going to be painting up some buildings and getting amongst that like that. Right, so we'll give it another 5 minutes. I'm going to sign off because what I'd like to do is get on with some of the stuff myself. Exciting. And then start to work on my Le Mans video that we discussed earlier. Going to do a brief video because all of my videos of Le Mans are a bit blurry due to the bandwidth at the venue at the weekend. So I'm gonna do a standalone video, better, 4K quality and all of that with the right sound, and just take it from there. Which will lead in nicely to Johnny S's video and Wayne's accompanying video. It's going to be quite exciting. Someone actually said in the Disca 23 Le Mans WhatsApp group, where all of the teams are subscribed to get updates, etc., from Race Control, in addition to the Facebook live stream. He said the media coverage had been outstanding. And, I've got to give it, Wayne and John, great coverage. Brilliant. you know. So well done, guys. Yeah, I'd love to do an Easter egg breakfast, but to be honest with you, yeah, hang on. Hold on. We're going to do that, Aid. Before I sign off, we're going to get that picture online. I've got the ability to do this. So, yeah, I wish. What picture shall we go for? I'm just trying to pick the best picture, Aid, from the ones you sent me. Get the colour. This one's the one. Right. So I'm a master now. Getting an image off of WhatsApp. Getting it into my email account. And then sharing it with you guys. Check me out. My parents would be so proud. I learned how to use the computer. Okay. Here we go. Just going to stop sharing this screen. Okay, might just take a sec. Oh, yes. Yes. Checking your email while you're live online is always going to work. I've got a treat for you guys. Stay tuned because this is going to go on for a little bit longer. I might actually, right? So good. Travis, stand by to be disappointed. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I sent myself an email, but I forgot to put the picture in it. Because this is how good it gets. Okay, this take two. All right, mate. Right. Okay. Take two. Here we go. Got the picture. Download a picture. Sorry about this, guys. Yes. Right. Here we go. So Aid is I didn't realise this, but last week on Magnetic Races live stream, Ian and Doug were chatting away. Genius. Absolutely love their videos. Get over there and watch them. Subscribe, like, share, do all of that sort of YouTubey stuff. But what they've done is they've created a novelty piece. And I didn't realise that it was already out for sale. Here we go. So hopefully you can see there, Aid has got in his track a TARDIS. Look at that. Look at that. So I'll just let you guys mull over that a moment. That is looking slick, Aid. Love it. So, right. Here we go. So while you're hang on a second. Right. I'm going to have to digest this properly, but I've just had an email from Tamar. And where is it? Did not tell me you've ruined that as well. Oh, here it is. No. Oh, I thought I'd lost it to the cup of tea. You know this. You know this. You know the guide for the Le Mans. Tamar has just sent it to me digitally. Yes. But he's put quite a bit of writing in there to read and just understand. And I saw something in there about licensing. So what I'm going to do out of utter courtesy is I'm going to have a digest of what he's written first. And then I'm going to act appropriately so that I don't, by accident, get anyone into any hot water if there was anything untoward there. I won't do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw out there, why don't we come back tomorrow morning, because it's bank holiday Monday, and do a live on Monday, on bank holiday session slots live, or whatever you want to call it. And we'll go through that brochure. We'll look at it page by page. We'll digest the different regulations. We'll have a look at the different cars where applicable. We'll go over the track. I'll see if I can get some VT in between now and then, so that I can put up little snippets of different sections. So as we're looking at the map in the track on the brochure, we can see some live footage of cars going around that section. I think that would be quite a cool interaction. Diwan, good morning from Vegas. Are you still up, or have you just got up? Oh, who knows, in Vegas, the city that never sleeps. Yeah, hey, Daz. I think you're doing it tomorrow morning, mate. What do you reckon? I've got the digital copy of this now, come through from Tamar over in Eindhoven. I don't know if Tamar watches this or watches this back, but he's an absolute gentleman, lovely guy, who, like a complete and utter idiot, I've a couple of times got his name wrong. And watching back through some of the VT, because I do have to, and most YouTube creators will do this, if you do a live stream, you have to go back and watch it back, because you do half forget some of the things you say in the heat of the moment, or the adrenaline pumping, or the race unfolding, and come up with some utter things that shouldn't be published. Unfortunately, everything is okay from the live streams. We've got the hang of keeping it clean, keeping it appropriate where appropriate. And yeah, I do apologize to Tamar, because I did on a couple of occasions call him Tomaz, because I've got a really good friend called Tomaz, and you say Tamar, Tomaz. So I'm very sorry, Tamar, about that. Very unprofessional. And since I've met you on a number of occasions before the event, really bad. So I've got nothing to say other than sorry, but it's in there now, Tamar. Thank you for sending the brochure. Legend. Tomorrow morning, bank holiday, Easter Monday morning, live. I'm going to go 7:30. I'm going to give myself skin in the game, because it was tough this morning. At 7:30 tomorrow, we're going to go through the race brochure. We're going to have an update on the Rover car progress, and might have got some other stuff off the go by then. Some work on, oh yeah, I've got to do them clips. Let me write that down. VT interactive. Yeah, interactive is good. That's why I like slot cars. You can be insular or interactive. You can be what you want, but there's something in this hobby for everyone. So on that note, couple of minutes over where I wanted it to be, but it's went well. Thank you ever so much, everyone, for tuning in and liking and sharing and subscribing. It makes a difference. It really does. It keeps the hobby alive. I think personally, whether it's the fact that there's a few more people covering things or doing things online, or generally if the hobby is growing and expanding. But looking at the swap meets, I think it's the latter. I think more people are getting into it. So the more you share it, the more these things pop up in people's feeds and algorithms and networks, and it does the hobby good. And that's what we want. So on that note, like, share, subscribe, give the love out. It's free info. Don't charge anything. Don't get charged. It's great stuff. It's all free, other than your electric bill, which is... But yeah, have a good day, guys. Happy Easter. Make sure you spend a lot of time, or you try and get some time in with your family. It's important. You only got one of them. Your friends are the family you choose. Your family are your family. So whichever family you're with, keep it slot car. Have a good day. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning for bonus material. Yes. See you later, track fans. Steve, come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, mate. Or flip over to the comments. These guys are going to keep going. Cheers, Ledge. Appreciated. I'm not disclosing what we got coming up in May. Cannot wait for that, mate. That is, oh yeah, I've got something else to do today. Hang on. So I've got a bit of work with Travis. Made a note. I've made a note of our plan. You're going to love this track, fans. Right then. Anyway, on that note, I'm out of here to enjoy the day. Have a good day, guys. See you all soon. See you tomorrow morning. See you tomorrow morning.